Yay! Recording now. Hello, everybody. We're recording this episode of Your Average
13.
Adventuring Show. I'm
Lucky
Sarah.
15.
I'm the DM. I woke up from a nap about 30 minutes ago. Yay!
Yay!
So, it was like 30, 40 minutes ago, something like that. A short while ago, less than an hour ago. So we are going to be talking about a few things at the beginning of the episode like we normally do. The first one we're going to talk about is our charity for February, which we are doing a Black Women's Health Initiative. We chose a Black-focused charity on purpose because February is Black History Month. Black Women's Health Initiative, the organization continues to be dedicated to promoting physical, mental, and spiritual health and well-being for the nation's 19.5 million African-American women and girls, and that includes trans women. If you don't know about the health disparity in race and in gender, African American women, as far as healthcare, are some of the most underserved, underbelieved, and cared for group of people in the United States. I don't have exact facts right now, but they're somewhere on the internet. So the Black Women's Health Initiative just promotes welfare for Black women and girls throughout the United States. There's several different initiatives that they have, different programs that they use to do that all over the country and actually all over the world. They do some stuff in South Africa and stuff as well. So it's not just for African American women, but Black women all over the world. So that is our charity. If you give money to us on Coffee and Patreon and all this other stuff, our proceeds for our charity this month go to Black Women's Health Initiative. I am going to toss it over to Tanya, and she is going to do the recap from last episode.
Yes, okay. So after the harrowing and almost disastrous encounter with the Alhun-controlled troll, our weary band wandered through the forest. But before reaching Rindenhurst, Jack and Finland discussed leaving Robin and Aster in town so that they wouldn't have to worry about the non-combatants. Jack asked Finland to speak with Robin while she was going to speak with Aster. Back in town, everyone goes their separate ways, and Finland follows Robin and attempts to explain why she and Jack feel they need to leave the non-soldiers. Robin will have none of it, and the conversation becomes very tense, with Robin inadvertently hurting Fenn's feelings, and Fenn stomping off, sort of giving up on the mission of convincing Robin to stay home. And meanwhile, Jack is working up to figure out the words for the best way to break the news to Aster, when Aster just turns around to Jack and says that they plan to leave to go in search of their father, because it was his death that Aster was seeing on repeat in their head during the minute of fear that almost everybody experienced during the Alhun troll fight. Finland ends up taking out her anger and sadness on a bunch of picnic furniture, and she has a breakdown, but her boss Everard finds her and takes her back to the firehouse for hot chocolate and the much needed opportunity to tell somebody, talk about the fear of what she saw and how she feels unable to continue as a soldier. Everard convinces her, though, to continue to push through and find her path again, saying it's time to take a stand. Meanwhile, Jack is alone in the bathing barrel in Fenn's room, dissociating and aggravating her wounds by picking at them, and is having a hard time coping with the fact that she feels like she almost died, and this fear that she had of not being able to protect people. Eventually, Finland helps Jack to bed and promises never to leave her side again. Meanwhile, Whistler has a heart-to-heart with her mentor Thorbeck, who explained that sometimes the best way to face something terrifying and uncertain is to change your focus and focus elsewhere, and saying that it's okay to run sometimes. Bastet found a mysterious unwilting flower on her bed with no explanation of how it came to be there. This magic flower. In the morning, the crew have their final breakfast with Aster, and they receive a bunch of really wonderful gifts from the bard. Robin confronts Jack about wanting to leave them behind and sending Finland to talk instead of talking to them herself. But things do get resolved, and everybody sits down to dig into the rest of the never-ending breakfast to discuss what to do now.
And Sarah left. So now we wait.
I had to go put my dishes in the sink. Okay. Because
and as a quick aside, a couple episodes ago, we did leave Zeroth behind with a couple notes and a sending stone because we weren't sure if we could trust him. And that was before we realized the Alhoon can get into any of our heads. Oh boy.
Yes.
Yes.
You guys just downright ran. Away from Zeroth.
We left a note, 2 notes.
Yeah. Hey, Tinkerbell.
And a fantasy walkie-talkie, most important. Actually, more like a fantasy beeper. You can leave a short message.
Robin's message was really nice.
Yeah, I imagine it was.
Thank you.
So yeah, Zeroth, when you wake up to 2 messages. One from Aster that basically says, "I hate you because of you. I didn't get any sleep. You're the worst."
Cool.
And then Robin's is like, "Hey, new best friend. Like, we just had to leave. So sorry we had to leave, but everybody said we had to leave, so I'm letting you know that we're leaving."
It's just 2 drastically different notes. It's like one that's like written really nice, like one of those pen pal letters, and then Aster's just like, "Arr!"
And importantly, Robin left him a sending stone.
Yes.
Robin's message is on a sending stone that Zeroth.
No. Jack left him a sending stone. Jack's sending stone is with him.
Oh, that's right. I just left a note that was like, "Sorry, friend."
That's right, because when he
Meet
tries
up
to
later.
contact, it's gonna be Robin. New phone. Who's it?
So
right.
Zeroth folds up the nice note from Robin and tucks it into his jacket pocket and crumbles up the angry note and tosses it into the embers of the fire because meh.
I ain't even
Sarah,
mad.
Sarah, what I'd like to do is use the sending stone and my magical compass to follow the group at a distance.
Yeah, so you do
if that's
follow
okay.
them. You don't see any of the weird brain stuff happen. You don't see them basically have all of these existential crises. You don't see the fight with the troll, but you know which direction they're going, and that eventually your magical compass leads you to a town. It is a small, quaint town full of wood and stone buildings with tile and thatched roofs. The tallest building in this is either going to be the tree that is the Temple to Melora, or there is a large mill on the river. So most of the buildings are 1 to 2 stories. The city itself, the town itself, has about 5,000 people living in it. So it's much smaller than a lot of the towns that you're used to, but it's not the smallest place you've ever been. So you come across, it's early in the morning, the sun is coming up, and you come across this town. You don't know what it's called, but you know the people that you met are here. They're here. Whoever has the other sending stone, they are here in this place.
Okay. I track that as close as I can.
So what you're going to come across is when you make your way through the town, you do get some stares because there aren't very many Dragonborn here in Rendenhurst, in this area of the world. And so a black Dragonborn just kind of walking through town, people aren't running away from you. They don't look scared, but it's a lot of those double take, like, are okay. That's unusual seeing, a Dragonborn here in this area, So, it's like seeing a Yankees fan in Boston. Like, you just don't do it. You don't see it ever. And when you do, it's like, ha, that's wrong. It doesn't feel right. So they're obviously a transplant. So you are winding your way through town and you come across this place called Cream, where the group...
I remember that.
Yes, you have been told about Cream.
Yeah.
The group and you kind of open the door, because I mean, it's not like you have to knock. And Finland, Robin, Jack, Bostet, and Whistler are all sitting at a table or various tables, however, but they're all kind of in a group. So everybody except that you met except for Aster is here, and they're sitting eating breakfast. Some of them are talking, some of them are not. You guys, the door opens and you see Zeroth walk in.
I immediately like stand up, like almost basically kicking my chair back, and just big cow energy, right? Do the right? Sort of what's happening. Do I need to jump into action, protect people? Like, I'm just ready.
Yeah.
Jack, on the other hand, sees him and just is scanning. It quickly takes inventory of everyone else's reaction, just to it's kind of being the middle person. So she also stands up, but she is not turning to face Zeroth. She's looking at everyone else.
So what are Robin and Bostet, excuse me, Robin and Bostet and Whistler's reactions when you see Zeroth?
I look at him, and then I look at Jack, and I look at him, and I look at Jack, and I look at him, and I look at Jack. Because I remember I told Jack about the dream and the warning against him, but I still want to trust him because, like, I decided we bonded because my wisdom is very low. So, but I know, like, babe, what I do, basically.
I have to go change my thermostat real quick. So continue talking. I can hear you, but I'm just walking over here.
Whistler is probably in the middle of just like shoving waffles into her face, and then looks up and like sees Fenland stand, and it's just like, that's strange. Shove another bite in her mouth, and then look to the door and like, oh, I probably just do I whistle. Everyone has slightly varying whistles. No one can tell them apart, so it just sounds like a whistle. But it means Zeroth.
And Basta, she's still sipping on her morning coffee and that morning shot, and she hasn't really, created like a friendship or relationship with Zeroth, so she just sort of like raises the glass to him as like a nod, like, hey, what's up? You're here? Okay, cool. That's it.
So seeing that no one else is getting ready to like go horn to horn with Zeroth, Jack just kind of like puts out a hand on Finland's shoulder and just says, we need more people to fight him. Like, and him meaning the Alhoon.
I understand what you mean. I reserve judgment, though.
Sure.
And Zeroth, as you walk in, somebody is like behind the bar, and they're like, hello, welcome to Cream. Sit anywhere you like. We'll get a menu to you. How are you doing? Sit anywhere. Full menu all day. So whatever you want, any time of day, we're here to serve it to you. And so they're like very friendly, very warm, very welcoming. Like, come on in.
I walk up to the group. I pull the sending stone off of the compass, close the compass, tuck it away, and toss it to Robin. The sending stone.
Zeroth,
This seems to be a different direction than where the Alhoon is. He's that way.
I can't.
We needed rest.
Subterfuge. I need to talk to you. I don't want to lie. I had a dream, and there was this guy, and he was like captured by the Alhoon, and he told me that
Robin,
you weren't good. Sorry, I couldn't lie. I want to trust you. I want to believe that you're part of the fight, but this little guy, like,
he's been captured by the Alhoon, and I don't know though if he's also under some kind of mind magic or if the Alhoon made him say those things about you. But like, are you actually an evil murderer and you work for the Alhoon? Like, tell me the truth. Come on.
I don't work with the Alhoon.
Robin, do you want to make an insight
Okay.
check? You don't have to if you don't want to.
Sure.
Okay.
Of course I do. Let's do that. That's something I'm definitely good at.
Segment, you can't eat that. Okay.
Okay.
She likes to chew on this.
Oh yeah, Peter does too.
Oh shit. Okay, I rolled an 18. I have a +1, so I have a 19 insight.
From what you can tell, he definitely is not working with the Alhoon. He's telling the truth. He does not work with the Alhoon.
But he was
You guys,
very
I believe
specific
him.
to
He was
say that
very
he wasn't
specific.
working for the Alhoon, but not that he wasn't an evil
Yeah,
murderer.
That's
Yep,
fine.
I got that.
Hey, whatever.
Yeah, we got him.
Okay. I believe you. So why do you think the little scared guy? Why was he lying? Like, you know more about these people than we do.
Do you know what he called himself? Was he a thrall?
Yes,
Ah,
he was a thrall.
do you remember when Whistler was blessed with the random magics and her voice rang in your mind?
I do.
A thrall is a person who is connected to the Alhoon, but when the Alhoon speaks to them, the way that Whistler spoke to you, that person has no control over what they do. So you were speaking to the Alhoon. That thrall is an extension of him.
It was like a puppet. So the
Yes.
guy really is captured. He really is trapped, but he wasn't actually trying to communicate something wrong with you. That was the Alhoon trying to. See, I thought so. I really
And
did. I mean,
If we defeat
I'm
the
not always
Alhoon,
best with the
he will be
character, but
free.
we'll do it. We've got to save him. I could see the terror in his eyes, and I can't stand for that sort of oppression.
Jack grabs another plate, puts some pancakes on it, and puts it at an empty seat at the table. And just says, "All right, what next?"
Finland just is warily watching
Barbara?
like all the interchanges between everybody.
Just eating.
I want
I
to.
trust Sarah.
The
I don't care that he's a murderer. We've all killed people.
Wait, what?
That's it.
What?
What?
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
What?
We've all killed people?
I have.
Haven't you? Haven't you all? You're all like military people. We killed that troll.
This is grass.
I would not consider the troll a person.
Really? Okay.
Sarah, I couldn't hear anything. Did you mute your...
I think I muted myself on my damn thing again. I keep bumping it on accident.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was in there and she was walking all around me. So you guys have killed fiendish creatures. You've killed barghests and fiends in the 9 hells. You've killed some elemental creatures. You've killed butterflies. You've killed
Yes, I have trained as a
Modrons.
soldier, but I have yet to
We have
go
not committed
war.
murder.
And I will tell you that my papu has always said that killing is the end. You should be trying everything before this. But the things that we have killed, they are not necessarily, what is the word, self-thinking. They are
Just more
entities
into
from
hunting.
evil place. Yes, it would be the same as hunting for food or defending oneself. But murder is purposely killing someone who is showing you no harm. And no, I hope that I live my whole life and never murder someone.
I mean, I guess if you guys want to paint it up and make yourself feel better with the fact that you've killed other living beings and call it different words, that's fine. But I think killing is killing. I don't. I mean, the troll had thoughts. The troll probably had a family. The troll. Were you gonna eat that troll? Like, we
These
killed him.
pancakes are good.
If the troll was going to stab you, was going to kill you, would you just let it so that you do not have to suffer the indignity of killing another entity?
We were going to let the troll
No, I
go
was
when
gonna-
it was turned around.
We were.
I was super gonna kill the troll. I was on board. I just mean he's done it too. I don't know. Zeroth, when you say you're a murderer, what do you mean? Maybe we're... What do you mean you're a murderer, Zeroth?
Can I look around and just be like, how many people are in cream this morning and how many are listening to this?
Make a perception check.
Have any of you ever seen oh god, what is the name of it? Where the guy falls asleep, has a coma, and they think that the woman who saved him is his fiance. I can't remember.
While you were sleeping?
While you were sleeping.
And but they're like, the whole family is having like this weird argument about actors, and the mom is like, these mashed potatoes are so creamy. I just feel like that's Whistler.
It's a 10.
Okay. Yeah, there's the person behind the bar and 2 other people in cream this morning.
Are they
I-
listening at all?
Occasionally, you'll get like the. Did I hear what I thought I heard? But then they like go back to their food and they're like,
I just give them a big bird smile and a very tasty, thank you kind of look, and
one person has their coffee cup and they're just kind of like, until they're not awake yet, so they're just kind of like still sipping their coffee.
okay.
So,
I-
Zeroth, when you say you've murdered people, what do you mean?
I've fought in wars for over 50 years. People have died at my hand. I don't know what you mean by murder.
mean,
I think we need to talk about what we're doing next.
I agree, because we could sit here all day and talk about the definition of
Semantics.
each word and the
You guys could be philosophy grad students for an entire,
Episode.
yeah.
It is
I'll
semantics.
take
I
cream.
mean, okay, Robin is a vegan, so Robin's saying that killing anyone and murder are, like, killed something.
Suffice to say, I do not take the killing of another being lightly. That said, I absolutely think that we need a plan, because we are going to the next portal and we are going today.
Agreed.
I would like to order cream. He
Because
says
why?
awkwardly.
And yet you
Don't
get,
know what it is.
yeah, you come over. There is a pot. There's a little creamer thing, and it's nice and thick, and it's that lovely. Actual, if you guys haven't seen actual cream, it's actually more of a yellowy gold color, because fresh, and it is put at your table.
I drink it.
You just straight drink cream. Just
Oh.
It is the name of the establishment. This is what they serve. Yes, this cream. And
Yeah.
It is something that you put on, like, in drinks and sometimes
No,
on
no,
things that
no.
you are eating. Okay, go ahead. That's fine.
No, that's
It is-
the way we do it. That's
it is
normal.
very thick and it is very rich. It is fresh cream.
Oh, I wish
This
I was
cream.
there. Whipped cream.
this cream is good.
I am rolling deception to see how much my face is showing. You
Oh yeah.
you're on top of my. Okay, I'm keeping a pretty straight face. I got a 14.
Sarah, I drink the cream.
Yes, you do all the way down. Any innuendos that anybody wants to go with that, they can. Whistler, you do not get you do not get it at all.
I believe the first thing that we should do is to go to the Emerald Protectorate and let them know of our intent, and let them know what we know so far, and ask if there is any help in us. this is practical and it would benefit us to have their knowledge.
We also need some sort of protection against magic, against this mind magic, if there's any to be had.
I look at Robin. I can't look at Robin.
Oh,
wait.
We lost
Oh,
Pax.
wait.
Oh no!
Oh,
there
wait.
might have been a battery issue.
Yes. There they
Ta-da!
come.
Is there? I look at Robin. Is there anything that you can make that would protect us from this? Something that would maybe go across our heads? Something to keep the magic out.
I'm gonna roll our. Oh, there she goes. I was gonna ask Sarah. Cause I know. I mean, I have some so I have some infusions, but I can only infuse 4 items at once, so I wouldn't be able to have something for everyone, unfortunately.
But perhaps if we strategically think about who could use these things, and maybe if enough of us are clear-headed, yes, then I think that we can help the others. So I think that any little bit will help the whole.
Whenever I would go sailing with my mom, I know that some of the sailors would wear like protective stones with runes carved in them. I thought it was all just superstition, but is there possibly something like that?
Sarah, I would like to roll for Arcana and see if I can think of anything an artificer that I could make as an artificer that would at least give one person some advantage. I know I could make like things to enhance defense.
Sure, make an Arcana
check.
check. Make an Arcana check.
Sure. Hey, hold on. This is gonna be a good one. 20, dirty 20.
Nothing right now that you can make that will protect people. There are some spells that can help.
Is there?
But there's nothing.
Is there anything I could like purchase or like have someone from like one of like my mentor could help me out with, or is that not anything that I know it has
that
to be
you
a
know
spell?
of is there is a spell. It's protection from evil and good. Can help against creatures that are aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. And what it does is creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target, and the target also can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. And this is a concentration spell up to 10 minutes. There is another spell.
And that's a cleric spell, isn't it?
It is cleric and paladin, yes. And so a few others. There was another spell called...
We have 2 paladins!
There was another spell called Mind Blank that lasts for 24 hours. Until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch is immune to psychic damage, any effect that would sense its emotions, read its thoughts, divination spells, and the charmed condition. The spell even foils wish spells and spells of similar power to affect the target's mind or to gain information about the target. Here's the thing.
Great.
Protection from evil and good, this is on a sort of slightly metagaming, is a 1st level spell. Mind Blank is an 8th level spell. What were you saying, Alyssa?
Okay, so
You're muted.
I said we don't got that.
Yeah, no.
So I would say
But
party.
the Emerald Protectorate might.
Right. So I can't make an item that would do that, unfortunately. I don't have the skills yet. I mean, there's nothing I know of. However, there are some spells that the paladins over here ought to have at least one of them. Or maybe we could ask at the college or the Emerald Protectorate if someone knows how to cast Mind Blade. Because we do have the Mage College over here. Maybe one of them could cast spells for us to boost us up for 24 hours before we head back out. Or at the Emerald Protectorate. Would you guys like to split up and go see if we can get some help from either the Mage College or the Emerald Protectorate?
Yes, I think this is a good plan. I think that we should spend our morning finishing these pancakes, and then we should go get as much help as we can possibly find, because I am afraid, going to need it.
I filled up on eggs and bacon, and so I am going to volunteer to go to the Mage College and stumble through asking for magic, because you know how familiar I am with magic. It's great.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
I'll go with you.
Bastet was intrigued by how Zeroth, just drank the cream, so she decides to try it as well. They don't really have cream where she's from, so she's like, yeah, I should try the house specialty. And orders, I'll take a cream as well.
That's
And
a full cat.
Yeah, it like a cat.
just like, no, I'm not drinking it like a cat. I'm drinking it like a
and again, it is very thick. It is very rich. Now, both of you do not know what the effect that all of this dairy is going to have on your intestinal tract within the next, I don't know, let's say 6 hours, but we'll find out.
I have a
I'm
solid
pretty sure that cats and dragons are probably lactose intolerant.
Yeah, we don't know how dragons dragonborn being mythical creatures, but still sort of lizard-based, it's all up to the dice. Okay, so who is going to the Emerald Protectors?
I will, with Whistler.
Okay, so Whistler and Finland are going to the Emerald Protectors, and who is going to the Nature Walkers Lodge? Robin, Jack, and Bastet, where do you want to go? Emerald Protectors or Nature Walkers Lodge?
I think probably the Nature Walkers Lodge.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So let's go to their base.
Ask about your flower.
Yeah, Zeroth, where do you want to go?
Unless somebody invites. Okay, well, if Robin invites me, I will follow. Little Robin.
Okay, we'll go to the Emerald Protectors first because there's less people going there. So it also takes a little bit less time to get there. They're roughly across from each other, but the Nature Walkers Lodge is just a little bit further away. So you guys go in.
I just have one moment?
Yes.
I look at Zeroth and I say, hey, I'm really sorry that we left you behind. We just weren't sure what was going on, and everyone thought that we needed to kind of figure things out, but I promise I won't leave you like that again. Okay?
Zeroth doesn't know, you can see confusion on his face. No one has ever spoken to him like that, ever. And so he just says, okay, like with a gentle reluctance to accept the kind words that you've given him. It's pretty clear that he's not sure what to do with that. But he seems after a moment he seems resolved and says, I will not leave you either.
Aw, thanks.
Great.
Now Sarah, we may report. But
I give Finland a look like, what have you stuck me with?
I think, Finland just... I want you to picture, that cow that just watches, and he's got that expression, this is on you, nothing. Because she's just I didn't really want him here. I don't know what to do with him. I've got a mission, though, and he's not coming with me. It's all in the pit.
So, the Emerald
Okay.
Protectorate, Finland and Whistler, you guys head to the Emerald Protectorate. It's in full. You walk in, and all of a sudden, you walk into a group of people. There are 3 adult-ish people with about 16 child-ish people, and you see them at like the front desk, and they're like getting paperwork and like maps. And all of the childish type people have little packs and knapsacks on, like they're getting ready for an excursion.
Aww.
They're
We
going
got
out
here.
and
It's
you have found the scouting group, yes.
Excuse me, I'm so sorry, small people.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
They all have on like sashes, and they're all like these deep green sashes, and they have little badges that are like little silver trees. And
I'm
they're
just like just walking in, and I got this like giant axe on my back, and I'm just
Yeah.
like trying to avoid them. Like,
So the reason I'm freaking out is because I love like anything that's like scout related and like camp and shit. I love it. It's like that's why I'm
Yeah,
freaking out right now.
These are the Emerald Scouts. They are the Emerald Protectorates, like scouting. It's like
I
scouting
love
mission.
it.
Yeah, it is a mixed gender. It's by age. It's just by age. Like whatever age group, that's what they're in. And these are the youngest of the young, and they're all just there, ready to go on their first like maybe overnight camping excursion.
I look at one of the adults, and I'm like, are you going camping in the forest?
And she's like, yeah, we're going camping with 16 7-year-olds.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, hi, children. I hope that you have a very good time. Listen to me though. Do not go near the butterflies. Okay.
Hi.
They're like, what? And you guys just like walk off, and the parents
Yeah, we walk off.
what? Why not the butterflies? What's wrong? What? And you guys
These
just like,
things bite.
and the kids are like, you hear some kids, they're like, Miss Santa, do butterflies bite? And she's like, I don't know. I've never heard of butterflies biting. And they're just like, yeah. And so you have these pack of 16 confused children and 3 exasperated adults who have not even gone off on their like expedition yet. They are still in the like picking up our permits and maps stage of things. And you hear, I have to go to the bathroom. And they're like,
We're just happy to help.
yeah. And you hear one of the adults go, is there a restroom here that we can use before we start walking off? And they're like, yeah. They like turn to the public restrooms. They're like, before we walk, go to the bathroom. Like, it's just like, everybody go.
These are flashbacks.
Yeah. If any of you don't know, I was a Girl Scout for 12 years, and I was even a camp counselor at a Girl Scout camp in college. So scouting is a very big part of my blood.
I used to be a museum educator, and I worked with groups every day.
I worked at a movie theater and we had the summer camp movies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
That
mean,
was
I used to
fun.
work at summer camps, and
I was also
am
a Girl
very
Scout, so
familiar with trying to take, well, maybe not 7-year-olds, but definitely 13-year-olds camping. It's great.
I was camp counselor at the like Zilker Park Girl Scout camp for a long time before we moved, so I dealt with the children all the time.
Yeah.
And I deal with kids at Sherwood.
Yeah. So you guys head back into like the office, and the person out of the triumvirate, the person that is there today is the Hobgoblin Paladin Orwind. He is the one in the office today. So he's sitting at his desk, and Kita's desk has got, Lucara's desk is very bare. She's just got pictures of like kids' drawings around it. Kita's desk is full of crap. It is very like, and Orwin's desk is very nice. It is very organized. He's got like some like plaques and like awards and like very organized like things, and he's sitting there, and you can the door is open but not all the way. It's kind of like that door kind of ajar thing saying yes, you can come in, but maybe don't barge in.
I sort of
Sort of
do
thing.
that one knuckle knock.
Yeah, that
You know the
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
do it or my dogs will bark.
yeah, you go.
Yep.
Orwin's like, yes, who is it?
It is I, Finland, and Whistler.
Whistler just whistles. You burst in doing jazz hands.
Right. Is
He's
it
like,
okay?
oh,
if we
yes,
come in?
come on in, folks. Come on in. Come on in. And he's sitting at his desk, and you can see him. He's got something in front of him. He's kind of writing at. He's like, how's the search for the portals going there, ladies? Sorry, both of you, ladies, or do I need to use a different term?
No one has ever called me a lady before, but this is fine.
Okay.
Yes, the portals, we have found them. Yes, yay, we have found
good,
them.
good, excellent.
Except the last one. But here is some new information that we have
I love
learned.
new information. Give me just a second.
Hello.
Pulls out the same bird that you had seen, like Lucara talking earlier, and it's like, hey, we've got some of those people that we sent off to find those portals. They have come back. Just either of you, if you can make it back anytime soon, can you hold that information in for just a minute before we'll see who can make it back? And
You start straightening up and not quite preening, but almost like, okay,
Yeah.
maybe Lucara's coming. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
I just stand there like I've been told to like at ease
yeah.
before debriefing. So I'm just like gone, hands kind of behind my back,
Yeah.
feet shoulder width apart, sort of dump. And
I
now
think-
awkwardly sit there and stare at him.
Yeah.
I will absolutely start copying you. Just like, yes, okay, I look good. Wait, what's she doing?
About 10 minutes later, you hear from downstairs, you hear Kazi, no, you can't come upstairs to Mom's office. No, you have to stay down here with the group. Kazi, no, you can't. Mom's going to work. You're going on a trip. Mommy's going, just stay here. And then coming upstairs, and then open the door, you hear Lucara. She's not running up. She's just kind of like, hey.
And they're like
ready?
the whole slam the door behind her and is like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. She's like, sorry, my kid. Okay, yeah, sorry, I'm here. You guys have information. Kita is doing something. He's like, Orwin's like, yeah. She told me, pulls up the bird. She won't be able to make it, but there's two of the three of us here, so lay that information on us.
Okay, so yes, we have found almost all of the portals that you asked us to find, and each one goes to a different plane or world. Yes.
Okay.
It seems, however, that there is something creating these portals or using these portals to come into our world, a thing called an Alhun. And it is a being that uses people's minds against them. And I don't know what else it can do, but it can make people do things that they do not want to do, and it is a very dangerous thing, and we believe that it is in or near the final portal, which we intend to go find soon. But we are not prepared. We are not a large group. We are ill-equipped, and we had hoped that we could ask for your help.
Oh, okay. Lucara's like, wow, I haven't. They have the, and she looks at Orwin and is kind of like,
Oh yeah, when we see him do that, I feel like both Whistler and I are like,
yeah. Lucara's going like to Orwin, like, is it this people? That's this thing, right?
So for people who can't see us, who are listening,
Yeah, we've got our fingers at our chins.
all your fingers at your mouth. The international sign for Alhun.
for some sort of any kind of mind flayer.
Yeah, any illicit.
Yeah. And Orwin's like, yes, I've dealt with those only once in my career, and wow, you can see he's visibly shaken. Like, he's been like this big, grandiose, talking to people, like, he's visibly shaken. It's been a long time since I've had to, Okay, thank you so much for letting us know. I don't know if there's anything we can help you with here. Lucara, do we have any potions? Or Lucara's like, I can go check the stocks. Give me just a second. and she goes and like there's like she pulls out a key and she's got like this arcane lock that she has to go in, and it's like the storage closet for the arcane protectors. And she goes, we don't have anything that will protect against mind. I don't know.
Do you have anything that would just help us heal? Help us
She goes, that we have. That we have. We just
become
got-
invisible?
That we do not have. No, but we do have that we've had some people make some healing potions recently. So that I can provide to you. She's like, okay. The nurture and she hands you 8 potions.
Okay, I take 4, you take 4.
Well, they're different potions.
Oh
There-
no. Okay.
There are 8. There are 3 different kinds of potions. There are 4 potions of healing, just regular potions of healing, the 2d4 plus 2. There are 2 potions of greater healing, the 4d4 plus 4, and 2 vials of antidote, like it's like an antitoxin. So if you get poisoned, you take this, the poison condition is gone. So 4 regular potions of healing, 2 greater potions of healing, and 2 antidotes.
Poison. Got it.
Yeah.
This will help us. We thank you very much.
She goes, so you think this thing is in the last portal? Where did the other
Or
portal
hear
go
it
to?
or use it? Well, the first one that we had.
That was the hell one.
Yes.
We know
And
about
then
that one.
The next one was the earth, and then the ice. Yes. So we know that there were those mechanical men, the mechanical shapes,
This is
that-
chaotic.
yes. Those. So we don't know. It might be that one because we don't know where they came from.
And Warwind goes, so, thank you for that information. We'll do some research and find out what we need to do to both protect the town and the Emerald World itself. If there's anything else we can do for you, please let us
Do
know.
you have a magic flare or something? Because Aster has decided to go look for their father, and now we have no way to notify you when we find the portal.
Lucar's like, yeah, be right. 1 more minute. Goes, gets keys back out. Goes, starts digging through the closet again. Comes back with a stick that's about this big.
It's like all of 7 inches. Okay.
Yeah, and she's just like, be very careful. Just break it in half, and it'll shoot stuff up in the sky. So
Okay. I give it to Whistler because I'm like, I feel like I am not a delicate. I mean, yes, I am an elf, but I feel like I am not a delicate enough creature that I will snap it before. Like, I don't want to touch it because I
Yeah.
I look down at like my chainmail and I'm like, yeah, sure.
yeah, put it in there. No, both of us are terribly like not the right people for this one. I feel like we're
Would
sort
you
of
say you're like a bull in a
like,
china shop?
yeah, the thing
Yeah.
is basically the size of this pencil. Like this is the thickness, and it just looks like a wooden stick. Like it doesn't look magical at all.
Holds it like this, just very much like, I'm gonna break this.
yeah,
This is
this
fine.
is going great.
Everything's fine.
Thank you. And Finland actually does the appropriate sort of bow that you would give to a like the leader of your regiment, right? Because the Minotaurs have all sorts of like head nods and such that are
Yeah.
very particular. Of course, nobody's gonna know what it is, but she gives this kind of odd like dip to the right, foot up, like head down before backing out of the room.
And oh, go Whistler.
As Fenlin's kind of leaving, Whistler just kind of looks back and is like, do you have potion for mind talk.
Oh.
Lucar's like, we don't really have to deal with that here. We mostly just have like healing potions and other things like that. You could try. There's some shops in town, maybe. And Orwin's like, yes, of course. Or you could go to the Nature Walkers Lodge. They might be able to help you there. But yeah, we just generally kind of deal with. We don't have any. Are you talking about like telepathy?
Yeah. Telepathy.
He's like, no, we don't have anything like that. Sorry.
She looks a little bit dejected, but like also visibly excited that they were like, yeah, you could try these other people, so to the top of the list that goes. And she just kind of like bobs her thank you and starts to leave and comes back and just copies the bow that Finland did. And then runs away.
As you guys go back downstairs, you guys have noticed that Astrid, Lucara's crag cat, did not come upstairs. That's because about 16 children are all laying on top of her. And she's just like, I mean, she's a cat. She is a giant lion creature, but all creatures are dogs, and she's just like laying on her stomach, and the kids are like rubbing her belly.
Aww.
And the adults are like, okay, all right, you guys, we gotta round him up. Let's go, guys. We gotta leave Astrid behind. Okay, everybody. And this little Eric Coker kid goes over and Astrid and like pats Astrid on the head and is like, "Bye, Astrid. See you at home," and like runs off with the rest of their group. And
Wholesome.
yeah, so wholesome. We need some wholesome in these dark times for this group.
Dark times.
So the other group that is going to the Nature Walkers Lodge, it takes you a little bit longer to walk there. It is, in fact, a college. Like, it is a university type setting, albeit relatively small. So there is kind of like a main quad area that you can, and like a main building that you can walk into. You can see where it says like library this way and like stuff like that. So where are you going to in the Nature Walkers Lodge?
I am. I actually am trying to kind of like take the lead, but also I don't 100% know where this is. So like I'm trying to seem like I know what I'm doing and not bluffing very
well. The
well.
Nature Walkers Lodge is not very far from the Art Collective. It's like right across the street from the Art Collective.
Okay. And so
And
like
I've
I
definitely been there a lot.
remember it's in the neighborhood, but I don't remember where it is.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a sign that says either enchantments or enchanted items.
Okay.
Like I'm keeping my eye out for it.
Okay.
And I have 20 plus passive.
I have definitely been on this college and have probably done research here and have probably collaborated with mages, like as I'm here in this town to study magic and to study things. So it's cute that Jack's like, I'm leading, and Robin's like nudging Jack like, maybe you should lead over here to this building. Like, so we're looking for the part where there'd be the wizards who do the mind
Well,
thing.
they're all well.
Yeah, I'm looking for the dean of the college.
Okay. Well, this being the Nature Walkers Lodge, it's mostly they study again at this place nature. That's kind of its thing. There are different universities all over the land that are all kind of connected, and each one kind of has its specific purpose. This particular university is one that studies sort of natural magics and the world around you. So there aren't going to be a lot of experts in things like mind control or telepathy or any of that stuff here. There are people who will be knowledgeable in it, but the people who are like illusion masters or enchantment or stuff like that, they are not going to necessarily be at this place. This is people who do like conjuration that like create animals out of thin air, and like evocation where they like make fire and water. Like that's kind of what this
Magic's
is all about.
magic to me, like
Yeah. So
I'm just looking for someone who looks like they know what they're like. It looks to be in charge.
okay.
Is there a library?
There is a library, yes.
We should go to the library. Librarians always know
Yeah,
what's
there's a
going on.
library. Yeah. You know that because Alphys went there.
And it's still there?
Yeah.
He's still there. You guys walk into the library, Alphys, and he's got a stack. You can barely see his pointed little hat because he's got a stack of books and he's asleep.
Librarians always know what's going on. They work with everyone across the college, so they would probably be able to direct us to the right professor because they have to help everyone with the research. So why don't we go to the library and ask the librarian who they would? What do you think? Do you think Jack's got a good idea?
That's...
I start walking towards the sign that says library.
I
don't take social cues.
I hear the word date and I am still not sure like how excited I am about us right now. And so like I'm just like yeah, library sounds fine.
Okay, Bastet.
Do which professor specializes in flowers?
Yeah, there is that's what this is all about.
Yeah. So
there is
she's
basically
gonna
a
try to
botany department.
find that person, but also find like maybe a book that might reference whatever flower that she found.
Yeah, so you'll go to the library. Library is always a good first stop as far as investigation searches and stuff. I spelled that wrong. Okay, so you guys head to the library. And there is a shorter, thin, wispy, elven person who's sitting at the front desk of the library, and they're like, "Yes, hello, can I help you?"
And I'm like, hi, fill in the blank of their name because I've probably met them before. Hi. We're looking for some information. Oh, sorry, Jack, did you want to?
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
So we're up against some mind control, a mind reader, someone who can do thralls. So we're looking for some information about telepathy, about blocking mind control. Maybe if there's a professor here that I know that mostly here we do things nature and a lot of herbology and stuff like that. But if there's anyone that has looked into any of that, could you direct us to who that could be?
So that I can picture this, I want to know, is there like a step stool or something that Robin is standing on, like to be able to see over the counter?
Robin, or are you just looking up?
Or I could be on Pan. I'd rather let Pan outside. Let's be real. Pan's probably standing outside.
I feel like because we're in a world, the library. I feel like because we're in a world that has a bunch
varying
of
heights. Yeah,
there's got to be like a little like step stool or like a little cutout where
accessibility.
Yeah. There's definitely a way for Robin to look eyed. I mean, this person isn't very tall. This elf is maybe 4.5 feet tall.
I have a climbing speed. I can climb the desk if I need to.
Yeah.
No problem. I'm the climbing champion. I don't know if you remember that, of the Emerald Wheel. So.
Oh yeah.
I got it.
So
thing,
they're like, well, we do have. I think being a library, there are definitely some books about things like telepathy and enchantment, and that they give you the section. I'm not going to invent the fantasy duodecimal system real quick. They point out the section that you there is information in there on creatures who have mind control abilities and maybe help in blocking those. I haven't read all of the books in here. I'm working on it, but we keep getting new books, so I keep adding things to the list. So eventually, I'm going to get there.
I'm so sorry, but do you know if you have any books on Altoon specifically?
There might be a book on extraplanar creatures that mention those types of things, but a book specifically about those, I do not believe so.
Okay. Do you happen to know?
Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. If you had something else to say, like Zeroth would let you finish. Okay. In that case, Zeroth looks directly at the librarian and says, "I am looking for a helm of telepathy. Where might it be? Where might it be found? I need this item specific."
They're like, "Whew, I do not believe we have such a thing. I don't know if anyone here in Brendenhurst specifically can either craft those or make one. Your best bet is further south. There's a larger city that has things from all over the world. That would be your best choice."
Well, he looks decidedly disappointed.
Yeah.
Then Bosset will ask, is there a professor of books? I'm guessing there are books, but a professor that you know of that specializes in flowers?
Oh,
and
yeah.
their
You
usage?
mean the usage of flowers or the language of flowers?
The usage?
That would be Professor Codigan.
Professor Codigan?
Yeah, Cadugan. Codigan, however you want to pronounce it. I'll let you choose.
And where could I find some books on flowers?
Well, our
Specifically
botany
on-
section, and they point to, like, you had, like, one small little tiny row about, like, extraplanar creatures. You have, like, 5 whole shelves, like, full bookshelves. That's just about, like, trees and flowers and moss and fungus. And, like, it's, like, a lot of this library. It's like, this! And I'm not talking about shelves on a bookshelf. I'm talking about 5 full bookshelves, double-sided, like, there. That whole section, that corner over there.
Specifically flowers that don't wilt.
That I don't have any information on, specifically, but yes, you can go look for. It's like a magical flower. There are books on flowers over there, but I would definitely, if you have one of those, take it to Professor Codigan. They would be able to help you.
You have a flower that doesn't wilt?
I procured one recently, strangely.
Yes,
And so I'm trying to find out more information about it first before I reveal it, as I don't know its nature.
Woo! Look at Bastek and all big black kitty cat. No.
Are you certain that it isn't a gift from the Alhoun? If you don't know if you don't have any information about it, that doesn't seem like a good omen.
I will suss that out myself. Thank you.
Bostet said, "Don't mansplain to me."
I'm like, hold on, I gotta go pee. I'm laughing too hard.
Robin jumps down and goes over to find the book on the Alhoun because Robin
So there
would
is
like
a book
to
on extraplanar
learn as
creatures.
much as they can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is a book on
Yeah,
extraplanar
in that
creatures.
book, yeah.
Give me a second. Let me go get my book.
Should I roll?
No, give me a second. Let me go get my book, because if it's in a book, you don't have to, like, do a really deep investigation check.
This entire time, just Jack is looking around and is like not intimidated. Like she's been in she's been in libraries before, of course, but like the library at the school in her town is just not nearly as big, and so it's just a little bit overwhelming.
Yeah, this
And
library
the
has
Bible
multiple
First
floors.
School is like, it's mostly military stuff with like some engineering stuff, but then the rest is oral history, and so yeah.
Yeah, this library has multiple floors, and there's books everywhere. So, Robin, you find a book on extraplanar creatures, and you see things. There's a section on what is called aberrations. And in here, you see information on things called beholders. You find information on things. Let me just look up a list of aberrations so I can give you a good. That's what I need.
I'm specifically looking for information on possible weaknesses.
Right. So you find aberration. Things called flumps, information on things called slods, something called an intellect devourer, which is like a brain with 4 legs. And then you come across the section that says illithid, and then parentheses next to it, commonly called mind flayers. And you remember this is what Zeroth said. They were called illithid or mind flayers. You start reading. If you have Pax, I don't know if you have this, but if you have Volo's Guide to Monsters, or if you can find it online, starting on page 71, but if you can find it online, you start reading this information. This is the information you get about mind flayers. Mind flayers, also, this is the first paragraph. Mind flayers, also known as illithids, are horrific alien humanoids that lurk deep within the Underdark. Masters of psionic energy, this is the first time you've heard the term psionic used. Psionic. Psionic. They use their mental powers to dominate other creatures. The fortunate among their victims are slain, their brains devoured. The unlucky ones have their psyches warped, leaving them as mindless slaves with a little hope of being rescued. That is the very first paragraph about mind flayers. As you continue reading, you learn that they are from the astral plane. You learn that they eat brains. You learn that mind flayers don't reproduce in the traditional sense. Instead, they lay eggs from which hatch tadpole-like creatures that are used to make more of their kind through a process called seromorphosis. First, a captured humanoid is rendered docile by a blast of psionic power, and then a tadpole is put into the victim's cranium, and that's how you create a mind flayer. There is something called the elder brain, which kind of, yep, there you go. That's mind flayer shit. Mind flayers use telepathy to communicate. There is an elder brain. Let's see. There are things called renegade illithids. It ran into a situation where its bonds of obedience were broken, or perhaps the colony was destroyed. You'll learn there's a section called enemies, like enemies of the illithid. And it says the Gith never rest. The Githzerai and Githyanki remember the mind flayers' enslavement of their ancestors. They dispatch hunting parties to the material plane to root out and slaughter illithids wherever they can find them. After centuries of hunting, they have grown very skilled at it. Every mind flayer colony is constantly on the alert for an incursion of Gith, even if it has never had to fight one before. And then then you just find some more very, very unsettling information about mind flayers, their goals. Yep. That's the information you find out about illithid.
Yep. I just love
So
this
you think
terrible
he's
thing.
hungry?
Terrible thing. Yep.
So if Jack came with me, I'm kind of summarizing what I'm reading. I'm kind of like mumbling about it, and then I say, "Gosh, you think he's just hungry? Like, imagine if to survive you had to eat people's brains. What would you even do? Like, are they really evil, or are they just trying to survive? Like,
Robin?
so unfortunate."
Robin.
Huh?
He put
Yeah?
someone under his thrall to try and manipulate your dream.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, what alternative do you think they have? Like, is there a way they could ethically eat other creatures' brains and it wouldn't seem evil? Like, I'm not saying that we shouldn't, like, fight against this. I'm just saying, like, I don't judge you when you eat meat. Like, why should we judge him because he has to eat brains?
Robin, he killed me.
Oh, I'm gonna kill him super dead. I wish there was some alternative. Like, for them. You know, this is like a
Robin!
thought experiment.
Robin!
Yeah?
And like I get
Yes?
like I am in a library like no, we're killing him. No questions.
Yeah, I said so. Yeah,
And that
super
same
dead.
elven
I'm
librarian
100%
comes over and he
with
goes,
you.
excuse me, if you're planning on having this conversation, could you have it outside? We need quiet in here for people that are studying.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Don't worry.
Jack
I'm
like just
super dead.
spins on her heel and walks out of the library.
I'm just, you know, like, where's Zeroth at?
Zeroth has a fairly blank look on his face, but when Jack speaks up, like you see like a flash of remembrance in his eyes, but he doesn't say anything.
So, like, but seriously though, like, I get, like, Zeroth, like, is there, like, a way they could ethically eat intellect? Or, like, are they just doomed to be evil because of their nature?
It is not our place to question the state of the universe. It is our place to survive within it. Come now. And he turns and starts following Jack out.
Bastet over in the corner in the entire section on botany.
I don't care about the clock.
Yeah. So Bastet,
flowers.
I do want to say, I apologize for interrupting. I do want to say that like Jack was reading along. She was reading much slower. But I do want to say that she did read over the part about the gift.
Yeah.
But before she just like closed the book and kind of not stormed out, but definitely was not.
You walked with purpose.
You pulled a Fenlon.
She needed a minute.
So,
everything's a fucking thought experiment, says Robin.
Yeah. Philosophy grad student. Bastet, you are here with this wealth of information. You do find a book. You do find out what kind of flower this is. This particular flower that you have found is called a pot marigold, also known as calendula. Calendula, C-A-L.
Calendula.
Calendula, yeah. Pot marigold.
Pot marigold?
Yep, also called pot marigold. And so that is the flower that you have, essentially, right there.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it's nothing against Zeroth. You know, she just doesn't know him well enough yet. And like the way that this flower came about, like I don't know if the Alhoon's gonna become a voluptuous redheaded woman that just appears out of nowhere and disappears again. Like, so she's gonna just do research before, figuring out.
You do notice after you're reading, you hear Jack and Robin start to kind of argue, and then you see Jack walk off, and then very quickly followed by Zeroth. And then there's Robin just kind of standing there. You're like, oh crap, my party's.
Yeah, and don't worry, Zeroth doesn't understand enough about social cues to know that he made a mistake.
Yeah.
Or to know that you're upset.
Oh, no. Well, so she'll ask the librarian, so what wing of the building is Professor Cottigan in?
Professor Cottigan is, and you get directions. I'm not going to try to take a left. Their office is blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. Appreciate your help. I'm going to go follow after my party. Sorry for the interruption. Bye-bye. Have a good day.
If you could just tell them to keep it down in the library, that would be great. You find Jack standing outside, Zeroth right there. If Robin decides to leave the library as well, they can do that. So, Bastet, are you headed?
I'm gonna finish reading. As soon as I'm done reading the whole section, then I'll leave.
Okay, Bastet, are you gonna tell Zeroth and Jack where you were going?
You're on mute.
When I see them, I'm gonna just pass by and be like, I'm gonna go find this professor real quick, but I will meet you outside. somewhere. Or
30
if there's
minutes, please. We need to get going.
Okay, 30 minutes. I'll go. I'll be right back.
You do to take a left, take a right, find the door for Professor Kajigan, or Kajigan, however you want to pronounce the name. Again, names pronounced differently by different people in different places. Okay, sorry. And there's a door, there's a plaque at the top, Professor of, botany, herbology, Professor E. Kajigan. And the door is closed, but it just says please knock, essentially, so you can do the same thing. You can.
Yes.
Opening the door is a half. Somebody of some sort of Fey ancestry. You can't quite tell. They have slightly pointed ears, but they're not full Elven. But you don't know exactly what their full thing is. He's like, yes, hello, I'm Professor Kajigan. I haven't seen you before. Can I help you?
Yes, I'm not from here. My name is Bostet, but I was instructed that you might have information on a flower that I have received. And I just wanted to...
Please come in. And you come into the room, and it is full of plants. It is succulents and vines, and it is just like, you see some books, but on every bookshelf, there's just like a plant. It's everywhere. There's a few trees, just like ficuses, and just like, it's an explosion of greenery in this office. I'm sorry. There's like a small little chair, almost like a stool. This is the only place I have for you to sit. But if you'd like to, you can sit right here.
I'm perfectly fine standing, thank you.
Okay. You said you received a flower. Where did somebody give it to you, or did you find it?
The whereabouts of how it came to be are still unclear to me. I guess I could just show you the flower first and get
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And so I pull out the flower and show them.
Oh, this is calendula. It's lovely, pot marigold, also known as it's beautiful. It was this fresh picked this morning. Oh, sorry, I can't hear you, Alyssa. Okay.
I don't know why it wasn't picking me up.
Yeah.
No, it was not. It was given to me about 12 hours ago.
Did you put it in water?
Nope.
Oh, that's strange. I mean, even the most hardy of flowers would have started to dry and wilt a little bit. Do you mind if I do something?
Yes, please go ahead.
He closes his eyes and just like holds the flower and kind of does this and hands it back to you.
Sarah, do you mind describing what you did for our listeners?
Oh, yeah. Close his eyes, has the flower in the left hand, takes his right hand, puts it on top of the flower, and kind of just like does some, hand waving on top of it and says under his breath some sort of magical thing. Opens his eyes and hands the flower back to Bostet and says, well, as far as what I can tell, it is a regular flower. It is, but it was not grown. It was created. Its origins are not from this. This flower did not grow in the ground, and I cannot explain it. Normally, flowers and plants, they come from the dirt, they come from the earth. This flower somehow came from matter, material, I don't know, I can't explain it, but this flower will never die. But I do not believe you can propagate from this flower, but I cannot explain its existence.
So the way that I came about this flower, yesterday when I had returned home from a weary traveling trip and some tough interactions, I was, cleaning up in my room at the inn. I'm not from here, which I think I might have said, but I had turned around, to undress, and I turned back around and saw a woman placed a flower on my pillow in the mirror.
What did this woman look like?
She was a woman with brownish red hair, ample bosom, small waist, normal height. But it was a short period of time that I saw her. Yes.
Did she have greenish skin?
I wasn't able to see her long enough. Just
make a perception check very quickly for me, Bastet. What was it?
9.
9? Okay. He goes, are you talking about Melora? Did you see a vision of the Wild Mother?
I'm not sure. Again, it was such a short time that I was able to see her that mainly the strong features stood out.
You obviously are not from here. You've said that before, but I don't know. I know that the deities can... I'm not a theologian, but the deities can appear in different forms to different people. And around here, or in this area, or in this particular worship of Melora, she's generally seen as a feminine figure with brown, red hair and certainly brownish green skin. So, I don't know if what Melora looks like to your people, but that's what she looks like here. And he goes behind and he points, and one of the plants is actually, there's a crook, like a shepherd's crook, and with almost like a laurel wreath, but like a wreath around it of flowers, which is in fact the symbol of the Wild Mother in this region. So he is some sort of devotee to the Wild Mother. She is like sort of his main patron deity, being that he is a studier of plants. And that's kind of one of her dominions. And he goes, if I were you, I would go to the Temple of Melora in town and talk to the clerics there. They would have more information about her. I can only talk to you about the flower, and since it wasn't grown on the ground, I don't have more information to give you.
Well, I greatly appreciate the information you have given me.
And you do know what calendulas are used for, correct?
No, we don't have these from where I'm from.
Oh, that I can definitely tell you about. That he's back in his wheelhouse. He's back talking about, he's not talking about theology, but he's talking about plants and what they do. He's like, well, especially around here, so they are edible. You can't eat this. I would not recommend eating this one. But they can be made into an oil or a poultice that is used to help scratches and allows cuts to heal faster and to prevent skin infections.
Oh, is that so?
Yes. That's what we use these flowers for. Not only because they are beautiful, they are also beautiful, but the oils filled within their petals and leaves are used, dried, ground, added to with an oil, water, other things, and made into a poultice to help with skin infection, essentially.
So I was tasked to find a certain plant to help cure a disease or plague that my people have been experiencing, which its outwardly appearance would be, spots of certain nature, maybe not what you would call a scrape, or a spot on, a more humanoid figure, but they show slightly differently on tabaxi.
Well, then something made out of this flower could possibly help with that.
And I think that may be the reason that I was delivered this flower. But
yes, I cannot give you that information. Again, that's something you would have to ask the clerics of the Wild Mother. I can just tell you about plants.
That is important, though.
Yes, if you have any more plant-based questions, you know who to come find.
I will definitely come find you with any more questions. But with that information you've given me, it's provided me some hope that I may be able to save my friends and my family and my culture.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm glad I could help. You can always come back here. I actually have a laboratory that I work in. If you need help making them, I can show you how.
Oh, that would be lovely. Especially if we could simulate the climate that I'm from and see if I can...
Oh, you mean like hydroculture and growing... and now he just starts like looking up books and is like going into like... It's like, are we doing aeroponics? Like, what are we doing? Hydroponics? Are we doing, are we growing? What kind of, where are you from? What is the climate like? And I'll do some research.
It's a desert climate. There is water.
Okay.
There is a river.
Okay.
A river delta. So there is some greenery, but it is vastly desert.
Okay. I'll see what I can find. Thank you. I'm sorry. And then you hear like a little ding, ding, ding. It's like, oh, I have to go teach a class in like 5 minutes. So,
my 30 minutes are up, so I will be meeting my party, and I will come back.
And what was your name again? I'm sorry, I forgot if I didn't.
Bostet.
Bostet, nice to meet you. I'm
nice to meet
thank
you.
Yes, okay. Sorry, and he like starts gathering up stuff in a book bag and starts like running to teach his class. Botany 101, Professor Botany.
And I head back to Zeroth and Chicago.
Okay.
Sarah?
Yes.
There's something I found interesting in my research. I would like to message it to you and see if it's canon, and if I would have had access to this knowledge. But I want to message it to you because it will excite someone too much. I don't want to excite them if it's not going to be true.
Okay, send me a message. Go for it. So, Zeroth and Jack, you guys are waiting outside. After about 20 or so minutes, Bostet comes back and has kind of... Bostet, what do you look like after this encounter with Professor Cadogan? Like, what does the look like? How do you feel rejuvenated? How are you looking to these two people?
I would look like somewhat of a burden, a slight amount of the burden that I have has been lifted, because I found a starting point. And something that might help.
Yeah.
And somebody who can help me, propagate this plant where I'm from, so that I don't have to like grow it here, because obviously, like, trying to grow a bunch of plants here and take it home, I don't know about that. But and so some of that burden and some of the the darkness from seeing what I saw with the troll and in the fog has been lifted. So I look lighter, not like
gray. You're not you're not gray now.
I'm not gray, but just like aura wise, like
there's a little bit of relief.
Is there like a new shine to your fur, kind of, now that you're like happier? It's like a nice new shine and you look happier, kind of thing.
Probably, and especially with the glitter that's still in my fur, it's just a little...
Glitter has worked its way down its fur into like the undercoat, and it's actually on your skin now, and it's never coming off. It's done. Unless Bostet is shaved and washed, that glitter is there forever.
Even if I'm shaved and washed, I think, it'll stay with me for the rest of my life. But
You're
definitely
welcome.
visually, more relieved, lighter. Yeah.
You see, and you guys, and there's no roll for this. You just see that kind of on the way Bosset is walking, the expression on her face as she comes. She has a little bit of relief on her face.
Jack sees the relief, and is just kind of like, okay, great, someone else is better. Awesome. And like just has been like giving her arms like her arms have like phantom itches all over. There's nothing actually itching, but like she just keeps scratching herself.
So is Robin outside at this point as well? Oh, come here.
Robin is looking for information on gifts right now. Is there any information on gifts?
Okay. Oh, give me a second. Let me pull the book out again. The book.
Unless the other ones come in and like yank Robin out. Robin's trying to like
I have been impatiently pacing and like just muttering in like a courtyard sort of thing, or the hallways, like just like, where are they?
Zeroth stands relatively still, but like you can tell that he's tense.
I imagine by now Finland and Whistler have probably made their way there. Do you say you're outside?
Outside the library.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I show back up, obviously I see Zeroth and I see Jack, and I put a hand on Jack because I can see that she's she might not realize that she's itching herself, and I put a hand on her to just sort of do a calming, to be like, put a hand on her and be like, it's going to be all right. We're on the right foot to make things better. And then I show the flower to them, and I'm like, and then I like just feel about what I found out and be like, look at this! Oh my god! And then hopefully to like maybe lighten their spirits a bit, because I can see that they're a little stressed.
So for you, Pax, if you wanted to find information on Gith, this is not for Robin, this is for Pax. Mordenkainen's, however it's pronounced, starting on page 85. But as you start looking for this information, does anybody go get Robin? That's my question.
I was gonna say, I think this is about when Finland and Whistler show up.
Yeah.
Jack, we did not.
So once everyone but Robin is gathered
outside the library,
yeah, Jack is gonna look at Finn and then just kind of be like, and go into the library and just be like, Robin.
I think like
go.
Finland was super excited to be like, Jack, I found all these things, right? And come up and like grabbed your arms and was like, Jack, and you were like, and like walked off. And so I'm like, what?
Well, no, because like what's going on through Jack's head at that time, what's going on through Jack's head is like, she initially wanted you to go in and get Robin, because like, again, she just doesn't want to be the bad guy to Robin, and she's kind of miffed right now.
Send Zeroth in. Pick up my scruff of neck. Walk a library.
Still got it. He didn't care.
But she knows that she's kind of Jack knows that she's kind of asked her last favor from Finland as far as Robin goes.
Yeah.
And so
just like stops, turns, looks at Bastet, and is like, what is wrong with Jakad?
Can Whistler run after Jack while this is happening? Sorry. Okay.
So I let Finland know that there was a little bit of disagreement, a tussle about, I don't know. It's a little bit above my head because I don't know exactly what they were talking about. It's very like maybe
Jack have a fight with Robin?
A little bit, yeah. So she's not in the best headspace right now.
I should not have let her come here by herself. I mean, not by herself, like without me. I should have been here maybe. But I have good news, but we'll wait for We'll wait for Jack and Robin.
So Whistler, you go after Jack as she goes in. What are you doing?
I'm gonna try and stop Jack before she actually goes in.
Okay.
Just kind of hand on her arm, and I'll just like nod back toward Fenlin, and then just kind of tap my chest and point in, trying to indicate I'll go do it.
Yes, please. And Jack like goes to stand by Fenlin and it's just like, so apparently I didn't get to study much, but the Gith are the natural enemies of these things.
It's like, yeah, like the word, because we all, who was it that got
Aster?
It was Aster. But Aster told us, right? No, you didn't.
All Aster said was, "What the fuck is a Gith?"
Oh yeah, you mean wait?
You read two words. Jack, you read Githzerai and Githyanki.
Okay.
Yeah.
I also don't remember what she was told
I
anyways.
don't pronounce them at all correctly.
Yeah.
Like
that's fine.
those words don't go around my tusks very well.
Mm-hmm.
But
Especially
Devin,
the.
Oh,
I did that.
I did want to say this. I did want to say this because like I didn't get to say it last time. My tusks are not painted today.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right, Finn notices, but ignores it because we're ignoring things now. That's what we do. Wait, a gift, Jackie, a gift, like what the fuck is a gift?
I don't know what the fuck a gif is.
No, that is what Aster said. I don't know either. I don't know.
I put my book down
Did
and
you
I
find
put the
anything?
book back and I run out.
Oh, yeah.
Whistler, as Whistler is coming in, and you see Robin start running.
So I run out
So Whistler, do you just turn around?
and I look at Zeroth.
All right.
I look at Zeroth and I say, Zeroth, are you a gift?
I was born a Gith.
That would have been helpful.
I knew it.
How?
Okay. You know how to
now
code
like
things.
Finland's now looking at Zeroth, looking at Jack, looking at Robin, looking at Zeroth, looking at Jack, looking at Robin. What the f is a gift?
Whistler comes back
This
to
guy,
that.
he's a gift.
Gith?
He's a gift. He's psionic too. You're psionic too.
No. I was born a Gith. I served my mistress for many, many years. And when I died, I was deemed worthy of return. And now I inhabit this shell.
Wait,
And he turns to Jack because he doesn't know what else to say. But like he turns to Jack and says, "In death there is peace."
I look at Bastet. Like Finland just totally looks at Bastet because as far as Finland is concerned, this is all like, you know, this kind of like what's with Lich Kitty here.
Right? I was like, wait,
Yeah.
Zeroth, I don't know if you were around when we discussed this. I don't think you were. But in my culture, we have 9 lives and we do come back. Is it the same for you?
But
No.
bullshit.
Oh.
I stare at Bastet and I'm like, but
Hashtag not all tabaxis. Hashtag not all tabaxis.
But-
I was. Whistler, are you okay?
no. She's absolutely like having a moment of like that's 2 people now who have said that they come back, and now she's itching. She's just very like, I'm wearing chainmail, I can't scratch myself, but everything is
They're like vibrating.
yes, it's literally
Are you doing the pat where you like itch and you like pat? You just start like.
Also,
Finland turns to
where are we
Whistler.
on liches right now? Because the Alhoon is a lich. Where are we on liches now?
No, Alhoon's not a lich. A lich is something different. Finland turns to Whistler and like grabs her by the shoulders and says, I promise that when I die, I will be dead.
Real dead. Actual dead.
Real dead. But hopefully it will not be soon.
Hopefully not soon. And then in Zara's voice, in death there is peace.
Yeah. Jack like does not like that phrase. Jack's not happy about that phrase.
Everything
honestly.
So I feel like
I think Whistler's too upset to notice.
I feel like the tension is getting real bad. Like people are like everybody's
And you guys
looking
are
at
also
everybody.
right in front of the library. Like students are coming in and out looking at you guys like
So Finland
yeah. We should go outside.
like you're outside the
right
library.
outside.
You're right outside the entrance to the library. Like you're still on the campus though. So it's like
so actually I take out my shield and I take out my sword and I just like give it like 2 big clangs to get everyone to like look at me and stop yelling at each other.
Finland, like without even thinking, goes to feet shoulder width apart, like totally like what? We're going to okay.
I cast Divine Sense.
cast divine sense.
Do I sense celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet of me?
No.
I stare intently at Zeroth as I cast it.
Zeroth smiles at you.
I look briefly at Bastet, but mostly at Zeroth.
Like standing here, like it's still my first live, so it's me.
That only helps a little bit, and I can't say that, but
I give another clang on my shield. Do we have everything we need to beat this thing?
Yes and no, but Whistler and I were somewhat successful. The Emerald Protectorate, they have given us healing potions and potions of anti-poison, and also a flare.
Good. Thank you. Robin, did you find anything that's going to help us?
I was hoping that Zeroth could, since he's a guest, or was a guest. I'm sorry, is it right to say you are a guest or that you were a guest, Zeroth? I don't want to misrepresent you.
It is hard to say. The ritual in which I became me killed me, so I'm not sure how to say it. I was a Gith.
Well, even if
I am me.
Even if your body doesn't match your soul inside, it's whatever you are on the inside that matters to me. So if you are a Gith inside, like to me, you're a Gith. But if you feel that you have become a Dragonborn and that's how you identify, I'm fine with that too. But I don't want to accidentally say the wrong thing.
I really hate to keep asking the same thing over and over again, but what is a Gith?
It's a race.
Gith. Oh, go ahead, Robin.
Well, you are the Gith. Maybe you can tell us.
You're the Gith. Please.
Very well. Githzerai are a people that live in the astral sea. We are born traditionally a little bit lankier than most humans. Our skin is traditionally gray to green. There are many among us who are psychically gifted, but not all. We have a strong hierarchy, and every Gith has their place.
So yeah, there's Githyanki and Githzerai. And the Githyanki are a little bit more of the martial of the two, and Githzerai are like the more meditative type.
You say that you are psychic, like in people's minds. Are
No.
you?
This is what a gift looks like. Githyanki.
I personally am not, but there are those among my people who are.
So
My
you?
purpose is to hunt the Alhoon. That is part of what I was trained for and what I am good at.
Do you swear to me as a soldier on your life, on all that is meaningful to you, that you do not have this power to manipulate our minds like the Alhoon?
I do not have the Alhoon's power to manipulate your mind.
This is
You
good
wanna
enough
roll
for me.
insight?
Sure, you guys can roll for insight if you want.
Fedlin?
Yeah, anybody who wants to.
Oh, I'm
Sarah,
not. That's not a.
I already did.
Sarah, as a wizard, I do have charm spells.
Yeah, but you aren't psionic. That's the
Yeah, but I'm
important
not
part.
psionic.
Yeah. That's what they're trying to suss out.
I got a 21.
Yeah, he's telling the truth. He does not have the power like the Alhoon.
So I
Because technically some of the other party members like have abilities, charm spells. They could get charm person or command or whatever. But none of you are psionic, which is the major distinction here.
And I turn to Bastet and I go, did you find anything that can help us with the Alhoon? Bastet, did you find anything that can help us with the Alhoon?
Sorry, I didn't hear my name. No, I didn't. Unfortunately, it was all very flower-based.
Okay. Did we find anything that
what
can
do we
protect
need
us
to
from
do?
these mind attacks?
What we were told that there is no one or no thing that is here that could help us. That the mind magic is very specialized and high level and is something that we might find in the big city, but not here. But they gave us what they could.
Okay.
As
I mean, I could have my mom mail a care package if we need something, but it would take a while.
I do not think that we have time. If I thought that we had the time, I would say that we could go to the city and try to find something. Either the big city to the south, or insert name.
We have time at all.
As Gith,
That's
we hunt the Alhoon in packs. We used speed and quickness of action to slay it as quickly as possible. This tactic has worked for my people for as long as we have hunted the Alhoon.
This is something that I can do. Yes.
You're wicked fast.
I am, as Robin says, wicked fast.
What kind of weapon do you use? Because maybe I could help with a weapon or something.
Like he draws a longsword and hands it to you.
I'm pretty sure that longsword is
Robin. Bigger than Robin.
I mean, it's big and heavy. Like it's
Robin's
it does have only one sharp edge.
Yeah. It's slightly more falchiony than a saber.
Jack like reaches under and like grabs the hilt and like kind of like just lifts it off of Robin's paws just a little bit.
It's not more than like 10, 12 pounds. It's heavy for a sword.
Unwieldy though.
Yeah, it's much more of like a saber style than like a pokey style.
I'm gonna investigate it to do something special about it. I get an
Arcana check.
Would that be an investigation?
Arcana
check. Okay, for Arcana then that would be still 18 because my same modifier.
Zeroth, is there anything
so
special
I checked
about
the
sword?
Yes, the sword is enchanted. It is actually a fairly common enchantment. It's a flame tongue. Like you speak a command word and it lights up with fire and deals fire damage.
It was like that guy in Game of Thrones.
Fire important? I mean, it is kind of a squiddy looking guy. Is the fire important in killing it? Do I need to Do we need to make sure that Finland has a flame source?
No, the fire just helps kill things quicker.
It just looks cool, right? You just want it to look cool? Is that really what's happening?
That goes over Zeroth's head. No. It is a functional
it looks rather hot. Okay. So fast. And then how do you kill it? Do you cut its head off? Do you cut off its little tentacles? Like, what exactly? Is there a certain strike? Like, through the head? Through the, like...
My preference is decapitation, but many hunters hunt in the way that they prefer. It dies as all mortal things.
Okay, so it seems like we need to get Finland on this.
The only hurdle then is knowing when it is in your mind and trying to ignore it.
And hoping that your friends don't stab you in the back. That is why speed and quickness of action are important.
Well, okay.
Would it be possible to have Pan attack it? Because Pan doesn't have, as long as I'm out of reach, like, we could get Pan a sharp sword to cut its head off?
Pan will be destroyed by the Alhoon. It is not a sound tactic. We need speed and violence of action.
Pan is the fastest.
We can definitely use Pan once as part of the attack.
I agree. As a sort of mobile shield.
I think that it is important. I remember that he told us to go back to town and stay there. I think that it's important that we start moving so that he either if he thinks that we're staying here, then he'll be caught by surprise. And if he is watching us, then he'll know that we are after him.
I would like you to make an intelligence check. Sorry, Jack, you as well, because you read the book too.
Who's
Robin and Jack both make intelligence checks. I would make Zeroth. Zeroth doesn't know what they've been talking about, so
I trained for this moment, literally.
17.
All my 25.
You guys remember, because you guys have been talking about where the location of the Alhoon is, and you're assuming it's the last portal. These are the dots that you connect. The last portal, if those things, the Modrons, came from a portal, that last portal has to be Mechanus. From what you read in the book, Alhoons live in the Underdark if they are on the material plane, aka they live in deep, dark caves. The Alhoon is not likely to be at the last portal.
Okay.
Those are the dots you're connecting right now.
Yeah, so I have an aha moment and I communicate this to everybody else.
It is like in the old stories that the Minotaurs tell of the evil that lives in the cave that I had until now thought were children's horror stories.
I think that we should send a message to the Emerald Protectorate to find the last portal by themselves to close it, so that if he's watching for someone to be going to the portal, that he sees a group going, and hopefully he thinks that it's us. And let's go find him now.
This is a very solid plan. I have a question though. Where are the caves? We found that one cave where Robin's door is the only. There are the caves near where we live, but that seems very far away. What caves?
I look to Whistler.
Well, everybody turns and looks at Whistler.
As the local.
Oh, great.
Harry, you're muted.
You're muted.
My bad. What does the townie know, Sarah?
This is what the townie knows. Not a whole hell of a lot. There are no known cave systems, like explored cave systems in the Emerald Weald, but it is very likely that there are caves underground in the Emerald Weald. There's no real mountain, so it's not like a mountainous cave system. It would have to be just like straight up underground caves. You would probably have to ask somebody who is more familiar with the geology and geography of the land to tell you about this.
I like how we're just gonna be like real casually, hey, can you guys go deal with that? By the way, some caves.
What's up, guys? Crazy episode, I know, right? Well, I hope you guys are enjoying it. This is our break time now. So all you go get your drink water, go to the bathroom, do whatever you want. And yeah, we're gonna actually do some quick announcements that we did not do at the beginning of the episode. We have some new merch. We have a perfume now that is for Aster. We have the Aster Baked Goods perfume is officially in our store. You can go get that at our Ko-fi. Link is down below for that, along with our t-shirt and a bunch of stickers that I have made for the show. This month's one-shot is going to be Haven's Rest, Part 2. We are doing like kind of a Valentine's Day episode featuring a super special guest star, Mayhemmer, who was in our Slayers one-shot that we did in October. You can see that down below. I'll leave a link down there for you guys. So yeah, we will be returning back with Murray, the chipmunk. I can't remember everybody's names. Murray, Celine, Nestor, and the chipmunk that I cannot remember the name of. Go figure, right? So yeah, whole group's coming back. We're all coming back for another one-shot for Valentine's Day. So yeah, be sure to become a patron for that. Also, speaking of patrons, thank you to all of our patrons, and that'll be Helen Gore Laird, Claudia Dranowski, Adam Eiler, and John B. We really appreciate all of your guys' support. Get back on with the show. Eventually meet my new character. And then tomorrow we will be doing our live stream for the OOC on Twitch, where we talk about this episode tomorrow. So yeah, be sure to stick around for that. We won't be streaming every week anymore. It's every other week right after our episodes come out, because we've run out of stuff to talk about. And if you guys have anything to talk about, be sure to join in our live streams, ask us questions, and join our Facebook group if you have anything that you want us to talk about in the OOC. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys have a good day, and I will see you all later. Bye-bye.
Excellent. Okay, so if it lives underground, then we are not going to the portal. Is this the new plan? We need to find its underground lair.
No, it is an arcane creature. It is likely to be where the portals are. Follow the magic.
I can't believe I am about to say this, but I trust Zeroth. He is an Alhun hunter, and if he knows where it is, then he knows where it is, even if a book pretends to know where it is.
It is likely that is where he is.
Oh, now
I don't know where else he would go.
So,
it is my best guess.
I mean, he could sleep in underground and go work at the portal. You know.
My Emerald Protector's emblem, and I'm just like, job, and I tap it.
I see what you're saying, that he sleeps underground, but his job right now is to open the portals, so he would be where the portals are. Okay.
Yeah, make an insight check.
Really? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Three.
Yeah, that's exactly what you think Whistler's trying to say.
All right.
I turn to Bastet and I'm like, job.
Bastet, make an insight check.
This is fun.
Game called Interpreting Whistler. By the way, you're Alyssa, you're muted, by the way. You're muted, Alyssa? Okay. 5?
9.
9. Okay, yeah, that's basically what Finland's saying is true. Yeah.
I got a 12.
Okay, not much better. You guys are all like, yeah, that's probably what Whistler's talking about.
Is Whistler now?
I got a 1.
Yeah,
all of
The one time Aster's not there.
Aster's talking about.
Whistler's
talking about.
I mean, I think I know what Whistler's trying to say, but the dice say that Robin does not.
Yeah.
I got a 23.
Zeroth, the person who has known Whistler the shortest amount of time, is like, no, you fools. She's saying you have a job to do and you have to complete the task.
I start nodding vigorously and then kind of do a double take.
So Zeroth, however you want to tell everybody that, go for it. Tell them that.
Whistler is informing you that we have a task to complete. Your task is to close the portals and defeat the Alhoon. Stay on task. Right?
That's what we've been trying to do.
Oh, yeah.
This is the point. Then we will continue towards the portal. We should leave now. Okay.
Yeah.
Vigorous nod.
Well, is there anything else we could get? I mean, we have a plan, right? Like, in case we encounter the Alhoon. In case we encounter the Alhoon, the plan is that Finland
All
will
I can
take
say is
the sharpest sword.
No. All I can say is for what you can prepare with is maybe have your paladins have protection from evil and good prepared.
I suggest, because we have learned that Pan is unaffected, that we somehow give Pan the ability to let us know when we are mentally off course. I don't know. I do not know how he works, but if there is a way for him to let us know that we are going the wrong way, that we are fighting each other for no reason, that we are somehow confused. Can he work like that?
So basically, Pan will follow whatever command I give Pan. So if I can come up with a good enough command, that Pan would then follow those instructions. So if we tell Pan, proceed to the portal, and if anyone goes off track in the portal, like, continue to go to the portal, or even, shepherd us over to the portal, Pan would do that, and that's we wouldn't go the wrong way as far as Pan knows. But that's just something Pan knows what the portal is. If I told Pan to intercede if any of us are fighting, Pan could do that. Yeah. I mean, I could have Pan try to keep us
it's southwest, right? It's southwest.
Can you give Pan an overriding command? Like, basically, if you become impaired and give him a command other than what we've already done, which one will he know to do?
Yes, I was thinking I would do that. That I would kind of have I could program Pan with an overriding command of, like, these are your main imperative commands that you cannot violate these orders of protecting the party, staying on track, keeping us from fighting each other. And if I start to give Pan commands that interfere with those before the mission is completed, for Pan to lock me inside his self.
Is your last name Asimov?
Right? What are the can't harm a human?
I think that
I think Bastet has something to add as well.
What time is it right now?
It's maybe 10:30 in the morning.
Maybe just start walking in the direction of the portal and discuss along the way, since we'll still be somewhat in town before we get out of town, to maybe get a head start before it gets dark.
This is
along the way.
It's southwest. I was trying to remember which. I know it's south something.
It's south.
Just dead
South.
south?
South.
Okay.
Yep.
So this part is easy. We can just tell Pan south. So, Zeroth, you have your mechanical device that can find the places that we need to go, yes?
Yes.
Then why don't you take the lead?
Very well. I'm gonna make a navigation check.
Just make a survival check.
Can I use my compass?
Sure.
And
It'll
don't
give
think
you
I
advantage.
didn't just see Jack raise her eyebrow.
You totally saw me raise my eyebrow.
17 plus 8, 25.
Your compass is like, yeah, go south. The portal's down south of here. And you start heading that way.
Mm-hmm.
I will take up the rear with Jack.
Okay. If you guys want to talk about anything, you can, but I will say the journey south is easy because you're just heading to the rice paddies that are south of here. So there's no forest, there's no woods or anything. It just becomes a little bit marshy. It's a little slightly hilly, but not like mountainous. And yeah, there's no creatures or anything coming to attack you or anything like that.
When Robin is wrapped up in, figuring out exactly the right way to word, these commands for Pan, and Bastet is sort of on her kitty high about this flower, right? And often kind of fall back a bit with Jack, and Finland lets out that huff, Are you injured still this morning?
I haven't been injured since the troll died.
If you are sure that you are okay, then I will let it go, but you seem not yourself today.
I just want... I want to finish this job. And I don't know that Rindenhurst is where I need to finish my gap year. I think I need to travel after this some more.
You need to go on your own, Aza.
I thought that's what this was.
Yes, but you see your mother all the time. You are happy here, but you are not fulfilled here.
I was fulfilled. Finn, I really think I died. And
I don't think so. I think if you had died, that would have said something.
And I see Bastet kind of perk her ears when we say her name, and so I actually switch to Minotauran, and I'm just look, I don't know how to explain it. It wasn't that piece that Zeroth said. It wasn't that I was supposed to protect all of you, and I failed. And I died.
I don't think that you failed us in the least. When I could not come to where you were, and when the others were equally afraid, you kept us safe, long enough to be able to come back for you. So I do not see where you failed.
I couldn't protect Aster.
I feel this too. I am so very sad for Aster. I know the pain of what it was to look into a fear that is so deep. But Aster seems to be at peace with their decision that this is something that they need to do. And I don't know how the mind magic works. I don't know if what we saw were truths we did not want to yet confront, if they are futures that we have yet to see. We don't know what it was. And the thing is, though, I think that it was something that was inside of us always, which means that whatever Aster saw was inside of them always. And at some point, they would have realized it and faced it. It was just the Alhun. I don't know enough about magic and about minds, but I think that I too feel like I failed Aster, but I saw Aster this morning and they were still Aster. So whatever it was, I don't think that it broke them. It changed their direction. And it is okay. It is okay to not have to go on this quest, to have a different quest. And I don't think that it is anyone's fault.
And so what everyone else is hearing during this, because like since we switched to Minotauran, like we're fairly sure no one else can understand us, but like you keep hearing names, and occasionally you hear a curse word that you're familiar with because we taught you that. So I taught you how to curse in Minotauran.
I was like, I will say that like the names don't sound quite the same because phonemes don't translate super great. So sometimes you think maybe it was your name, or maybe it was just a word that sounds like your name. My friend, my dear friend, I think, oh, Evard, he was talking to me last night, and he said that there comes a time when you have to stand in the face of the things that frighten you. And I am afraid of losing you, and I am afraid of failing at this quest. And I am afraid of so many other things, but I am going to stand and I am going to face this, and I hope that you will be there to face it with me.
I just want to get this done. I'll make decisions after we're done.
I take your hand and I say, I too wish this to be done, and I understand I will not press further, but talk to me if you need to talk.
I just do like a little like
Yay. Except like I have to kind of like stand on my toes a bit.
Yeah, like I lean down and like it's like
I am proud to be a head bonking example.
Yay! Bunk. Is there any
Would anyone
danger
like to
ahead?
look over my program?
Oh.
If anyone would like to look over my notes before I program Pan to double check them.
I will.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a knowledge arcana check.
Okay.
19 plus my arcana of 8 is 27.
27. Okay. What are you searching for to make sure you're going the right way?
No.
Okay.
Pan asked to go over the arcane instructions for the.
Oh, that's right. For
You'll
Pan.
have to go
So
over the
Robin
Yeah.
instructions for Pan.
So-
Okay.
I said, stop, find the last portal. If anyone goes off track, redirect them. Stop the party from harming each other. If I give a command that contradicts any of these, apprehend me. And I have it beginning when I set the command and ending when the mission is complete. So that is the spell that's the commands I'm giving Pan. That is the prime command. Does it seem like I missed anything?
Go ahead.
Yes, that sounds right to me. Zeroth takes it and studies them thoroughly before answering, but he hands the notebook back and says, "Yes, this seems correct."
Great. Robin looks a little bit proud, like, I did a good job. All right, the cool guy thinks I'm cool. All right. So, Pan has now been maybe helpfully commanded. We'll see, though. Obviously, depends on what happens. Okay. And are we out of town now? Are we officially out of town?
So heading on your way to the last portal. You guys are trucking along.
Can we arrive?
Sure. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to say on the trip?
Yeah.
Okay, Whistler?
Whistler is just following real close to Zeroth. Not like uncomfortably close, but like eyes on his back.
You right behind him, though.
Doing the you look
Like
like
literally like that close, just like right here up against you.
I think at some point just kind of comes up next to him. Shell of a body. And just kind of gesture it at you.
Yes.
Living? Before?
Yes. Alive now.
The shell.
No. Transform.
Was Gith then Dragonborn?
Was Gith, I am me.
So Whistler is basically trying to...
Whistler, would you like to make a religion check?
Sure. 17.
Okay. There is a spell. There are spells that you know of that cause a person to soul, for somebody's soul, their life force, their energy, to re-enter their body. Revivify. Raise dead. Resurrection. There is a different spell. It is called reincarnate, in which the soul is put back into a body, but the magic fashions a new body for that soul.
I would understand that as like this is revive, or revivify or whatever, but it's also creating a different body.
Yes.
Here's a question for you, because I can go either way on this. Actually, no. I feel like Whistler does not like those spells and is very like, you're dead. That's it. what else do you want at this point? So I think even with the reincarnation, one question though.
Yeah.
She would have no reason to suspect that spell, like, takes another's body. There's
Correct.
no...
A new body is fashioned out of magic.
Cool. Okay, so I think if she's considering that and considering how to ask this, as she's trying to be smart and she's not smart. She's trying to ask this in several ways to trip Zeroth up, and she just doesn't know how to go about doing that. So I think as she's trying to word that, she just kind of snaps and points at him. Reincarnated.
For a fashion.
For a fashion.
Yes.
A gesture to elaborate.
Oh, what, do you want to go into the intricacies of the ritual? Is that what you're curious about? He says as he turns back to his compass to make sure that he's still walking the right way.
We veer way off track. Fix. Yes?
All right. So, Sarah, is it okay if I kind of just make this part up?
Sure. Yeah, you did. It's some sort of reincarnation thing. It couldn't be like exactly that spell, but that's essentially what happened. Yeah.
So upon my 50th year of serving my mistress and conquering, well, let's see what it says. That's a long story. I attained enough renown within my people to receive Tiamat's blessing. When that happened, a elaborate ritual was performed. She ran me through the heart with a dagger and restored my body to its to this form. It's a little more complicated than that, but it's divine magic, and I'm not super good at that.
Are we familiar with Tiamat in this?
Got religion check.
I mean, I can't hear.
I think you guys are in the middle of y'all's conversation.
Yeah, check but I just sort a general curiosity. It would be a 16, but
Tiamat is an entity that you have heard of.
Okay, kind of like Alhoons.
Yeah, some sort of big bad fiendish thing.
I think we established in an earlier episode that Whistler does know who Tiamat is, or am I
Whistler has a fairly good religious education.
Yeah, that growing up in a temple, it makes sense. Yeah. Tiamat killed you.
Tiamat's priestess, my mistress, killed me. And then, using Tiamat's blessing, returned my body. It is a great honor among my people.
There's a look on Whistler's face, bird-like though it is, that is extremely just, I'm trying to understand. I'm trying so hard to understand, and it just, I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
It's cool. He comes from a really messed up place. And you kind of get that, he said, it's an honor among my people, with kind of some reservation. He's not sure if that's true. He said it as if it's true of other people, other people would be honored, but he himself is struggling with whether or not it actually was a blessing, because he's now remembering how painful it was to be stabbed in the chest.
Yeah. I think Whistler just oh, go ahead.
I was saying Whistler's whole view on religion has generally, even though the rape, it's all kind of been more gentle than this. Whistler's the Pelor and the Raven Queen and Melora and all these other the Lockbringer and have all just been slightly more gentle. Even Cord, the god of storms and battle, it doesn't require people to get stabbed through the chest during any of his rituals.
Well, Tiamat is the goddess of strength and tyranny.
Yeah.
So
hell of a domain. So I think Whistler just kind of nods and smiles in a very I'm going to back away slowly now, and then backs away slowly. But I think maybe a good minute later pops back up and is like, honor? An honor? And I just kind of mime stabbing myself, and I'm like, what?
There are things in your culture that Zeroth seems slightly defensive. There are things in your culture that I find surprising. Not having any examples to give you.
Besides community?
Friendship? Whistler does not know, like, Whistler has a lot of things that she wants to say and not enough words to express it in, so she just kind of looks very frustrated for a second and then just pulls out Aster's perfume and squirts it at him and then goes back to the middle of the group.
Well, that made it all better.
Yeah.
I feel better now.
So you guys are taking this walk. I don't know what just happened.
Zeroth is like touching like where it got spritzed and then is like smelling it and is like, what in
It is the smell of cinnamon and baked goods.
no fresh hell is like this group up to now?
However, Sarah feels
we
about
left
baked
hell
goods and like cinnamon.
behind.
Yeah.
The fresh hell has been closed. That portal's closed.
Right, that's stale hell. Now we're getting fresh hell.
Fresh hell. So, you guys are walking, and you come across a slightly hilly kind of terraced ground, wet, and you see in this area let's just say, hey, Anika, do you want to describe your character?
Yes, I've been sitting here for 2 hours waiting. 2.5 hours.
Anika, would you like to describe your character?
Yes. So, well, there with you see a green tiefling, with two sets of horns. They're wearing a cloak, and they have like you can kind of see out of the cloak like a blue jacket, poofy pants. You don't see a tail though. And she's got like short black hair that's kind of like faded to blue. And on her shoulder, you see like a ferret, like a white ferret.
And she's just kind of bending down, and you see her pulling out pots, like they are crab pots. And she's like doing the thing, and she'll like extract a crab and put it in a sack, and like move on, put the pot back in the field. If you guys don't know, I did research on rice fish culture, and I found there are an actual thing of crabs called rice paddy crabs, and that is what is your character's name?
Nelia.
Nelia is collecting crabs, and that is part of her how she makes money. Is she has a agreement with the people who own the rice fields, and that she does the crabbing and collects the parasite type crabs that would be harmful to the rice, and she goes and sells them and makes food out of it. And that is what you guys see in this field. Is this tiefling kind of humming to herself? And Nelia uses she, her pronouns, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, Nelia uses she, her pronouns. And so just like collecting crabs and putting crabs in their own little thing. And oh, that one doesn't have one in it, puts it back down. And you guys see further in the distance the familiar black spot upon the horizon of a portal. Like, so, but Nelia is kind of oblivious to it and just kind of collecting her crabs in the rice paddy.
How far are we away?
From Nelia, I don't know. Let me measure real quick. If you would like to be on roll 20, you're more than welcome to.
Okay.
Oh.
You guys are about 80 feet away from Nelia, and Nelia is about 130 feet away from the portal.
Oh.
Okay. Wait, we were all in wonky orders. Hang on. Why is he?
Oh wait, no. Where?
You guys are so the upper left-hand corner is where the group is.
Yeah.
And when you look, the map itself is kind of it's like a gray and a lighter gray, and every once in a while there's a brown stripe going across. That is to represent the terrace steps of rice paddies. Okay. And then in the middle, because again, not the greatest map maker, Sarah. In the middle of the map is a bluer area that's actually like a little bit of occasionally in rice paddies, there will actually be like little small type pond type things on some of the terraces. So there's no actual rice growing in there. It's just kind of water.
Okay. Do you think that this person? I turned to Fenlin. Do you think that this person cannot see the portal? Do you think this person is from the portal? I'm still speaking in Minotaur, by the way.
I take a look at this person, and I'm taking in the fact that she seems to know what she is doing. Like she is. It's not a curious like I'm figuring this out. It's not a and
not investigating. Like
it's not It's not investigative. I can't talk. English is fake, and also like I'm assuming that she's moving with a confidence that she knows that what this area is. She's allowed to be here.
Yeah.
And so.
Okay.
How
I'm just stealing crabs.
How much do I know about rice patties?
Not much at all.
I was gonna say like that.
You don't. Yeah,
you can't make fabric out of rice.
We'll try.
The person who might have the most information about this would be Whistler, as the local. Back to Whistler for local knowledge.
I just look at Finland and I say, she seems. I don't think she's from the portal. But she seems to be uncaring. I don't know.
Okay, so Finland is now like, okay, yes, Zeroth was leading them here, but Zeroth is not is an unknown quantity when meeting other unknown quantities. So at this point, I think Finland's gonna go ahead and like kind of push forward to the front. And good afternoon. Hello.
Let me unmute myself.
Yeah, you hear and you look up and you see this elf going, "Good afternoon."
Oh, like squints, trying to see. And as she turns around, I mean, I don't know if you guys are like walking closer or not.
Yeah.
Zeroth hasn't stopped walking forward.
Yeah. So as you guys get closer, she's got a gold necklace on that's got like an emblem on it. And then she's also got a scar on her face that's like from like the lip. And she just like she's trying to like make out where you guys, because you guys are so far.
She's trying to make out with us. What?
No, like make out what you guys like all look like and stuff. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Greetings. We have come to this area as observers. From Rindenhurst.
Oh,
hello. My name is Finland. This is Zeroth behind me. The big one.
Yeah.
And there'll be a quiz later.
Oh, I see.
And you are?
Nelia.
Nelia.
Yeah.
We just keep walking.
Yeah.
How long does it take to get to? You said 60 feet.
She's like, yeah. At this point, she's like 50 feet away.
Okay.
I kind of like pop my head around the side of the group. Nelia.
Oh.
And it's coming back to you in your own voice.
Yeah. Oh, it's you.
I just point.
Yeah.
I turn around. Whistler, do you know this person?
Freshest fish east of the river Styx.
Oh,
fresh.
In Nelia's voice, I say that.
Oh, are you a fisher person?
Yeah.
Excellent.
You guys were at the summer swell, right?
Yes, we were in the summer swell. That's right. I am the speed champion of Rindenhurst.
Yeah, I was there, selling things.
Like fish?
Yeah. That's all I got.
Excellent. Our friend is a very good fisher. She is part tabaxi. And is very
one
good.
of them is full tabaxi.
Yeah.
You know there's a portal there, right?
Literally none of us went fishing, right?
Nope.
All right. Never mind. We are not fishers.
Yeah.
What's my cat
I don't
looking at?
fish.
Yeah.
Do my
You see
Oh,
that portal, right?
Oh,
Melia,
like,
you
I-
have
I-
not
I-
noticed the portal at all. You've just
Oh.
been so focused on your crab pots that you have not noticed the portal even a bit.
Okay, so when Jack points it out, Nellie's gonna turn around and be like, "Oh, no,
but it's been there for like a week.
I just got to this part of the land, so I haven't seen anything."
Well, we are here to check it out. It might be very dangerous, so you may want to stand back.
I mean, if you want me to.
Did you
Oh,
ask
Are
if
you
he
also very
battles?
dangerous?
What?
Okay, Pat, who had a question? Raise your hand. wanted to say
We're turning into school
Okay,
now.
David, go.
Zeroth taps Robin on the shoulder and just kind of like leans down a little bit and says, "Why are we talking to the fisherman?"
Fisher
And
person.
then Robin, what would you like to say?
Whenever someone said it's very dangerous, I said, "Are you also very dangerous? Maybe you could help us."
I mean, I can be, if you want me to.
I mean, I don't think that we are looking for more danger right now.
No.
And there might not be any danger, but just in case, maybe it will be safer. I look pointedly at Robin. If you just stand behind us just for a little bit while we go look.
Ooh, have you seen any automatons walking around?
This
Like,
is chaotic.
No?
they look like shapes
I saw
made
the...
of metal.
I didn't even see the portal till you pointed it out.
Okay, then. So,
Yeah, but there could have been.
I'm going to take
So-
it as a no,
No.
which is good.
Jack is. Oh, sorry. Jack is standing still, like at the back of the group, and just kind of like has no idea what to do with you. Like you haven't noticed the big black hole.
I mean, I
in
probably
sky.
would have, but I'm too busy doing other stuff.
Yeah, you're like, that's not
Damn,
my.
you're
You're like, it's
important.
not that you haven't noticed it, but you're like, that's not my job.
Yeah.
My job is to
And-
get these crabs.
So Jack like looks at Finn and is like, just kind of gives a bullish grunt along the lines of like, we need to get going.
So Finland has already said like twice, just stand behind us because it's dangerous. So at this point, yeah, Finland will move forward and just assume that Nelly is going to move to the back.
Sure.
Like a sane individual, unlike us, who will be moving.
And you guys do see on the in the map at the end of kind of one of the ponds, there is the portal,
big
the entrance.
portal.
Yeah, on roll 20.
All
If you
right.
want to move your characters further to or closer to or further away from the portal.
So Zeroth can't be moved because we're on the same computer.
Okay, do you want me to give control to Amelie?
That'd be great.
Okay, controlled by Jacot. Okay, there we go.
Wait, I put myself.
Try now.
Yep,
Okay.
I move up with the group.
There we go. So, Finland, you are in the water, by the way.
I know. I accidentally I'm not used to Caden's mouse, and it.
Okay, I was like, Finland's just straight up standing in the water. I mean, granted,
Oh.
it's not very deep. It's about 3 feet deep, but
Whistler,
still. I'm
are
like,
you
if want-
protecting me?
I lost Aster. I got a mantle around someone.
All right.
How do we
Um,
manage
I
to
want-
do this?
Okay.
Okay,
Wait.
Robin is the closest one to the portal. Robin
Hold
and
on.
Pan.
Pan
Okay.
is very fast.
There we go. I got it now.
Hands are fastest.
Okay. Ta-da.
And so Jack suddenly remembers that this is probably the portal from which the things that Robin is really curious about is to, and is very concerned about Robin jumping through. And so, like, just calls out Robin.
I'm just gonna check real quick. I'm just gonna go look what's inside.
No, I'm gonna put my arm out.
We have a deal.
We do not know if the Alhoon is here.
Don't pull a whistler.
When they say Alhoon, do I know what they're talking about?
No.
No? Dang.
Not this particular. And you've heard of them before. You know what they are.
Yeah.
But you don't know of one being near here.
Yeah.
I didn't go in yet. I could have. I didn't. I think I should check, like, just to see what's in here. You know,
But
what
Robin, remember, you made a deal with Jack that you would stay on the back lines.
I know.
Okay.
We're not fighting. It's not a battle. We're just checking out a portal. A totally normal portal that probably doesn't go to an awesome land of living robots. It's probably just a normal portal. I just want to see what's going on.
Because Jack may feel a certain way about this.
Jack is.
I didn't go in.
Every time that, like, Robin points out, like, every time that, like, Robin brings up that they're basically, like, towing the line but just barely, like, Jack is just, like, getting more and more, like, of a sour face, but isn't saying anything.
If nobody else is, go ahead.
So Finland is just remembering, Zeroth said what is important is speed, right? And so for Finland, it's about, like, looking around the area, looking to see if there's any evidence of, like, the Alhoon or anything like that. And
Make an investigation check.
little metal feet.
Sarah, I'd like to aid.
Okay, so you roll with advantage, Finland. Because
Good.
Zeroth is helping you.
That was terrible.
Teamwork.
13.
Okay. You do not see any little metal feet. There are some small metal gears and things around the entrance to this portal.
I pick one up and I say, the automatons have been through here, but we know they must have come through here on their way to Rindenhurst. So, can I tell kind of how fresh it is? Like, is it covered over?
It's kind of covered in mud and, like,
okay.
Yeah.
So it is likely that this is just from the group that we saw in Rindenhurst. It does not look like more.
Would you like to look through the portal?
I don't.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, I would.
Okay.
Yes.
Zeroth pushes his way to the front and looks through the portal. Zeroth, this is what you see. Robin, you are behind Zeroth at this point because Zeroth is much bigger than you are, even when you are on Pan.
I'm still standing next to him, so it's like we're kind of blocking it at this point.
You look through this portal and you see a world of metal. Metal spires, metal gears. It is brass and silver and gold and iron and bronze and copper. The world itself is a world of clockwork. Gears and levers and pulleys. And you see, if you look close enough, you can see monodrones flying around and some of the larger ones as well. This is a world based on mechanics, on order, on following the laws of physics. This is the plane of Mechanus.
I look towards Zeroth and I say, can you tell if the Alhoon is in there?
Zeroth, make an Arcana check.
Sure.
I've got a question about
Yes.
Mage Hand. Can I use it to, like, block the portal, kind of, so that nobody can, like...
Mage Hand has no real...
It's no real? Okay.
Yeah, it has. If it was Bigby's hand, because Bigby's hand has the interposing hand, but Mage hand can lift all of 5 pounds.
Well, it's 10,
so-
but I don't think
well,
Robin's 10 pounds.
exactly.
Yeah.
If it was like if it was blocking like an unseen servant, then maybe, or like a gust of wind like blowing some leaves through it might
Yeah.
block that, but it cannot block a physical like object.
I was just
humanoid
curious.
object. Yeah. Again, if you had Bigby's hand with interposing hand, absolutely, but not Mage hand.
Can I get?
I look at Jack,
Vecna's
and I look at the portal, and I look at Jack, and I look at the portal.
Okay, I had Zeroth wanted to say something.
We got to go in the Yeti portal.
Zeroth wanted to say something very quickly.
Cool. I rolled a 10, so I'm pretty sure that I don't know, but Zeroth will confidently say he should be here, and we'll walk into the portal.
Okay. Finland, what do you want to say?
He went in.
In that case, Finland goes because speed is of the essence.
And so Jack like sees them go in, puts their hand on Robin's shoulder, Robin's back, like the upper part of Robin's back, and motions to Bastet and to Whistler, and points them in the direction of the portal and says, "Let's go."
Onward.
She looks at Melia. She looks at Melia and says, "What what are you doing?" Like, it comes off very brusque, but what she's trying to say is like, why are you with the group still?
I finished up my stuff for today. I got other things I got nothing else to do today.
Okay, can you fight?
Yeah, and I got a fucking rapier, so yeah. Pull out rapier.
Do you know how, and at this point, like, I'm imagining that it's just me and Nelia on this side of the portal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. As soon as you said yes, I was in that portal.
Look, I don't know.
She really just left. She was like, portal done, leave.
Yeah, no, they went to the portal. Like, yep, there they went.
You've gone to the portal.
I can't risk anyone who doesn't know the risks. We're going up against something otherworldly. It's dangerous. You could die.
I don't know you, and you don't know me, but I think I can handle myself out there. And as I say that, the ferret that was on my shoulders, like, goes over and is, like, on your shoulders now, and is, like, kind of, like, wrapped around you, kind of to try and give you, like, comfort. So he's kind of, like, just sitting there. He's not, like, wrapped around. He's just, like, kind of sitting there and, like, purring, sort of.
Just Jack is, like, really, really surprised. She's not used to animals liking her. Like, she's usually too big for the animal, except for the owl bears. Like, the owl bears were big enough to not, like, be scared of her. And so she's just like,
Oh, his name's Mick, by the way.
Hi, Mick. I bring up the lead.
Okay.
Stay in front of me, please.
And I stealth walk in. Disappears.
Did Mick jump back onto yours? Mick's still on my shoulder?
Oh, no, Mick followed me when I left.
Okay.
Here we are.
I take a deep breath, unsheath my sword, grab my shield, and I step through.
All right.
So what the hell have I gotten myself into?
On Roll20, you will see you are on a new map full of gears. These gears are at certain different levels. These are giant. These gears are, let's see, this one right here is 80 feet across. The smallest ones up here are maybe about 20 to 25 feet across. And and you were on the element. Well, it's not even elemental plane. You are on the plane of order, of physics, of things making sense. The plane of Mechanus. It is 9 o'clock Central Time. It is time for us to stop, as you have entered into this plane that is Robin's dream plane. Yes, Finland.
I would like to once everybody is there. I think Finland sort of looks at new person and is kind of like, okay then. But remembering what Finland had said before to everybody about if we encountered this plane, she slowly turns around, kind of drawing herself up to her full height, and says, remember that we are in enemy territory and we must be not chaotic. Good fucking luck, us.
Right, good luck when Aster was the only person who could disguise themselves as one. That was the plan.
Yes. David, you have a question? Does Zeroth have a question? You have your hand raised. Sorry, Amelie, I can't hear you.
He was just pointing out that he's lawful.
Yeah. Zeroth has no problem with this.
Yeah. I've got two, but one of them is lawful.
Yeah. So we
I
will
just
pick
imagine
up,
my character
Chaos
being
Kitty.
Korg from Thor, just like, hi, my name is Korg. I'm a rock.
Yeah.
Just like, hi.
Yeah. Is
You are on the plane of Mechanus. Robin is shitting themselves with excitement. We will pick up there next time from you guys being on this plane. You do not know where the Alhoon is.
I feel like at this point, Whistler, who probably has basically zero relationship history, is looking at this and just going, I don't know, I don't think they're gonna make it.
Is Whistler too ace for this?
Whistler is too ace for this, but also it's just like, man, this doesn't seem like all the fairy tales and stuff that we got as kids. I don't know. This just doesn't make sense.
so Jack.
I don't know, it's looking to me like Robin's a bratty sub.
Fun. I just need everybody to appreciate that I no longer look like a weird ethereal being.
I'm so happy for you.
I have a new camera.
It's the same one I have. We're twinsies now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
when I was doing
You are still a weird ethereal being in my heart.
Thank you.
My question, did everybody have a good time? Did everybody feel like you got something out of this session tonight? We found out a lot of things tonight. We found out that Zeroth was a gift. That was the plan all along, was that Zeroth was a gift. And we also, Bostet kind of furthered her quest a little bit. 3